Cassiopeia's dust. Abstract. A dilettante admires a constellation from a hot tub and considers it the next day. Is it a prose poem, creative non-fiction, or light verse? Phenomenology, astrophysics, metaphysics, or half-lit paranomasia? A photon hit my retina. Again. Others also hit. The sensation seemed continuous, albeit twinkling, rather than as discrete and separated points. It was like dust, but I did not blink. It came from a thing I would call bright, in front of me, over my head on a dark night. It is said to be a star from the cluster of a pattern I learned to call Cassiopeia. And just in a similar way, I learned about my retina, and I learned about photons, and I learned that some consider them a duality of either wavering or unwavering continuity, or perhaps some discretion, meanwhile calling attention to my own uncertainty, and from a source thought to be over 10,000 years away. If one could ever travel at the speed of light, travelling for at least that long, starting before my retina existed to be hit, somehow seeming yellowish to me when I perceived it. If you made me explain that almost forgotten moment, using the prosaic, unmusical vernacular that you are reading as I am using it today, that moment might have been poetic. Using the word again implies a passage of time, but I am not counting. It is as if the photon that hit at least one of my retinal rods and started the cascade of physico-chemical, neuroelectrical events that culminated in my striking down with my left fourth fingertip, the key for the letter W on this keyboard, already the next day, to finish the word now, was aimed for that rod. Perhaps the photon distinguished itself, then extinguished itself, right then. Or perhaps, like a visitor in disguise, now seems native, absorbed in my own fabric somehow. Maybe it was not a single photon, or many photons, but another energy some say is also emanating from Cassiopeia, bathing my whole being, but evading the notice of my other senses, without an evocative hum, or aroma, or taste, or texture, or temperature, or pain, motivating my biological machinery from sedation to this creation. Although no matter nor energy was created nor destroyed, I do not think, in typing this, but I really have no way of knowing. This whole conceptual construct might be debatable if one would bother. The construct fits into my head if that's where a construct can be found if findable, and if a construct has dimensions, if measurable, to be fitted as I am using the word right now. Yes, some demand that reality be measurable, and repeatedly so, but as I write, again, I am not counting. Good science allows me to declare that I am being conditional about it all, and about how I am communicating this way, allowing an exercise of my seldomly used subjunctive voice, as if there were a statistical aspect, perhaps a freedom, if that is how one can characterize a possible lack of predeterminism involved in my typing this period. How you read this, or say this, with what sound or accent of your own, with what connotation or nuanced memory, is of minuscule interest to me. Yet here I am, typing it for you. If human bodies are made of stardust, or at least contain star photons from stars like Cassiopeia A, as that remnant might be called, does it follow that this conceptual construct, perhaps labelled a prose poem, perhaps creative non-fiction, is then necessarily stardust? Or not necessarily?